Hi friends, welcome back to the Intuitive Lens. We're doing the weekly energy videos for the week of July 10th through the 16th. That's Monday through Sunday. Things to look out for this week. One of the really big transits of the year, and only happens every year and a half, two years, is this nodal shift. If you've heard of that before, North Node and South Node, they're karmic points of the moon. North Node typically represents your consciousness, your North Star, if you will, sort of like your direction where you're headed in life, where maybe many lessons are, well, lessons are in both of the nodes, but just sort of like where you're headed. And then if we take that definition, the South Node is where you've been, and maybe some expertise that you're bringing in, or just things to look back on, reflect on, improve upon. That's the South Node. So for the last 2.5 years or so, North Node was in Taurus. It moved into Taurus at the start, between quarter 1 and 2 of 2020. That's interesting. And, or was it 2021? Gosh, actually I can't remember, man. 2021 maybe. It was in Taurus and South Node in Scorpio, and there was a lot of, think about the last 2.5 years, there was a lot of activity around the premise of stability versus security, risk, trust, all of those things. Now as it moves into Aries and Libra, North Node Aries and South Node Libra, the zodiacal energy gives us Aries, bravery, independence, desire, excitement, boldness. And then on the flip side, Libra in the South Node is putting an emphasis in how we're approaching our relationships and our collaborations. So overall, there might be this feeling of wanting to take more initiative in relationships, or just for that to be in the forefront. And or maybe for you it's about realizing that the way you had been approaching your relationships and collaborations was not actually effective for you, and you're striking out on your own and going more independent. Or maybe you're taking more initiative in creating and nurturing the kinds of relationships that you do want. So that's just something to look forward to. You know, this shift is happening this week. The nodes move in reverse, in retrograde, so it's at 29 degrees Aries. That'll be square Pluto at the same time. Pluto, the planet of transformation. And if it's square, that's challenging. That's who's, you know, sort of the gloves are up. Pluto is really challenging us to transform, and this week is a lot about that. We have Mars and Mercury ingressing into their next signs. So Mars has been in Leo, now it's going to be in Virgo. Virgo is a healing sign, it's a generous sign, it's an earth sign. Mars rules our ambition, our drive, our sex drive. And I said ambitiousness already, just sort of how we go after things. And Virgo is very thorough. And, you know, Mars is malefic too. So be aware of, you know, until the end of August, so long as Mars is in Virgo, be aware of how you nurture yourself and others as you strive for what you want. I think that Virgo can help us be very organized and methodical in the way that we achieve. In terms of love, it could be that you're just very indulgent in wanting to learn as much as possible about your partner or about other people. So I would say that's great, like date energy. And then also be aware that Virgo is kind of critical too. So try not to fall into that, you know, societal entrapment of success, that success needs to look a certain way, that you need to achieve something and have it on record, because Virgo likes to have things on record. And a lot of people are, I think, motivated. I know I am motivated by having concrete data and evidence to support my growth. Just be aware of that. There doesn't have to be growth or success. If you follow me on Instagram, not the Intuitive Lens, but my personal Instagram, you'll see that I had a cactus, a little baby cactus like this big for like 8 months. And it finally shot out like a new, I don't know what to call it, you know. It was just one little circle, and now it's got like a little bloop. So growth is invisible. It can be invisible. That's a reminder. And so what else do I want to say about this week? Sun sextile Uranus. This is a harmonious aspect between the Sun and Uranus. Uranus is innovation, revolution, change, surprise. And Sun is us. It's our identity. It's our ego. And so I look at this and say, hey, you might surprise yourself this week by what comes up for you. In what ways are you becoming more independent? In what ways are you putting a different emphasis or having a different approach to your collaborations and relationships? You might be surprised as to what kinds of new things are forming in your life. Also, Sun sextile Uranus reminds me of this film idea of like when you're writing a screenplay with characters. You have characters, you're trying to show a story going down. You show it, you don't say it. Like bad scripts are ones where, well, and this is objective, obviously, but so take it for what it resonates. But in the film world, you don't want your characters to say every single thing and explain what's happening. You could just show what is happening and let the viewers sort of come to their own conclusion through this observation. I think that we have some challenging transits with Mercury this week, just enough so that it's like, okay, you're following your North Node, things are coming up, you're figuring out, you're getting more clarity, but we still may have some trouble communicating exactly what that is, or how that relates to the context of your relationships or collaborations, in general, the outside world, outside of you. Just show them. Show them what you're able to do. Show them what you're interested in. Use the power of the Sun, your ego, your identity, to step into that new space. And the rest will fall into place. This transit reminds us that small change can have a significant impact. We are also, by the way, heading into the new moon in Cancer, which is Monday the 17th. Cancer rules the fourth house of our home and our origins. This is a good time to start over and to set new intentions for the things that mean the most to us. Mercury opposite Pluto, by the way, which is this week, this energy. Mercury rules the day-to-day sort of things, communication, surface level stuff almost, and Pluto is very deep and intense. So this is also where I'm getting some of that potentially challenging energy, in that it challenges us to try to express, or maybe there's this desire to express deeper concepts very simply, and it may not be possible, or it just is, kind of a profound sort of feeling, and maybe it just doesn't always make sense. So just show it, don't say it. Since this is a time this week to be indulgent in the way you take in information and in taking in new information, try taking an opposing view to something that you're working through, and you can learn a lot doing it this way. Let me see if I hit everything. Well, yes. And accept change as a part of life. Find your self-respect, go the extra mile, do the extra credit. Mars in Virgo. Do the extra credit. All right, let's do our reading. Got the tarot. I am doing a tarot workshop this weekend on retreat. There may be a few spots left if you happen to find this and you want Nine of Wands. That's my card. I'm going to shuffle. If you wanted to join, you could DM me and we could try to get you in. Otherwise, I am planning something new. If you are in Chicago and the northwest side of Chicago is accessible to you, you can join me at Ann's Haven. This is a program that I'm working on. It's not fully established, but after this weekend, after the retreat, I will have some more information and I can keep you posted on that. I think the best way actually to stay on the up and up is to go to my website and just sign up for my newsletter. I don't really use it right now, so you're not going to get blasted with a bunch of stuff, but it's just so that, you know, when I do have new things coming up, I could put it out to you. And yeah, you never know what you might receive through that might interest you, just so you are aware. Okay. We had a bunch of cards actually come out. It almost like split into three. So what do we have? I see 2 sixes, the 6 of Swords, the 6 of Wands. So we're moving into calmer waters here. There's some success in that. Okay. If there's something you've been working on for a while, like in secret or just under the table or just hasn't been visible in some way, it's showing that you're going to put some effort into bringing that forward. And I think that maybe it looks like you were waiting for the right time. I don't really see time as a thing here except for the Knight of Pentacles. There doesn't seem to be a lot of movement, but what I like about this is that the necessary work is being done, and on the exterior there doesn't seem to be much movement. But you see, this is sort of like that story with the cactus. It's happening though. There's great success in this feeling of moving on from things that felt difficult and moving towards something that feels more calm, more peaceful. And it's not easy though. Moving towards peace, finding your peace, your self-respect in that is not an easy task. It's actually quite difficult. And I can see that some of the ways it's been difficult is that it's been stopping you from planning things. It's been stopping you from feeling like you're making progress. Literally, the Hermit is here. That's Virgo. Okay, so Virgo is showing up. We know that Mars is moving into Virgo. And this makes a perfect sense. The Knight of Pentacles as well is saying steady effort, hard work is what's going to get you to where you got to go. This is the week, like I was saying, to do the extra credit, put in the effort. There is success here. All right. Well, Eight of Wands came out again. This is like a trending card for right now. It's also a personal card of mine that speaks to me. If you want to learn how to speak to your deck, like enhance your relationship with your deck, learn its voice, its cues to you, that's would be one reason to join my workshop. And I'll try to let you know when there's more local things like that happening, not just on retreat. So okay, Eight of Wands, Page of Pentacles, Eight of Pentacles, double eights. Page of Cups in reverse, the Lovers in the center, Queen of Cups, Seven of Cups, Two of Swords, the Empress in reverse. The first thing that I notice is that there is some sudden inspiration that moves you towards this bit of movement, this coming out of the Hermit energy and bringing something forward. This could be self-development. And if it is self-development, what I see is that you are noticing how your relationships, again, South Node Libra, right? We're looking at our relationships as a reflection of who we are and what we put out, what we put forth. So looking at our relationships and the quality of our relationships totally is, I don't want to say the word fodder, but fodder, like it's information, Virgo, data points for knowing just how we're showing up. What is our responsibility in the equation of our relationships with others? So I can see that there has been maybe some disconnect from, a little bit of disconnect here from maybe someone's feelings, or just that there has been maybe like not a super big deal, but either emotionally unstable or just kind of flighty, hot and cold sort of feeling. I feel like this is partially to do with the Neptune retrograde. It could be, but regardless of astrological influence, what's showing through the cards is this Seven of Cups. We're not sure which direction to take because there's actually quite a lot of options open to you now. So I think that your job is to actually follow your inspiration. This first card, Eight of Wands, this is what brings the movement. Think about what moves you. What moves you to put in the effort? What moves you to initiate some sort of change for yourself? This is where the North Node Aries comes in. We have to be in tune and in touch with the part of ourselves that does initiate. That's how this change is going to come about. Whatever it is you're building, this is the energy of building something, I don't want to say like secure, but essentially more sustainable, because it's driven, the engine is more passionate and feeling. And to me, passionate and feeling almost feel like opposite energies in this reading. The passion part is the like energy needed to initiate and to break through. And the feeling part is the more of the soft and intuitive, more